Hey y'all, Dan Marshall here, and once again we're back with Vampires Masquerade, Coteries of New York. Yep. This was given as a suggestion because I didn't know what else was going to stream this evening. My mind just went a blank before doing earlier when I remembered I meant to be streaming, but it was gonna be my mind went complete blank. It's still a little blank, but I do remember where we were last time on this. So we just met the prince. We somehow survived. We're now working with a very sophisticated looking woman. So we are now serving her. And she said she was going to take us out to learn how to hunt. So this will be interesting. See where it gets us last. Oh, that's good. It actually saves us where we actually ended it from last time. That's good. It actually saves where you were at the exact convo bit. Ah, hello. So yeah, as well, folks. Hopefully, I'm really hopeful about this one. I am going to be looking to see if, because basically, I know that it's sometimes does like people who actually do like art commissions. As I know Acme just showed me the D&D ones, but I might have a little look to see if there's any Vampire the Masquerade artists going about the place. I mean, I would try and draw the things myself, but yeah, I'm not quite sure a stick insect is not a stick man is gonna be anything good. Stick insect maybe, but that's good. Oh, that's good to hear. Alright, so now I'm gonna go into the game a little bit. I recently started my Christmas project, and I've nearly finished the entire base coat for it. I've missed a bit of it actually, but I'll do it. Some of it I'll do it a bit later on. Okay, so as I said, when we awaken, our new sire or mom, depending if you want to be completely correct or not, is going to be showing us how to hunt. So we get to go after warm, succulent blood. Yes, I did want to use that word succulent in the title, but I'm being very careful. Just in case, if people get the right end of the stick. Yeah. As it can happen. Okay, so, a few minutes later, your consciousness fades and you take the plunge into darkness again. Sinking. Wait, really? That would have been the end of the. If I would have known that, I would have done that little bit, done that rest, and then started the stream afresh. Now, I will say as well, last time I streamed this, my stream's been very, very weird. It cut out and then started again without me being aware. So if that happens, or if my stream suddenly stops out of thin air, just press refresh and it should bring you back to the stream again, because I do restart us. Because basically what it is, I don't touch the end stream button at all. Not until when I've done what I'm doing. Yes. So let's let you know that one. Okay. Tutorial. Hunger is at the heart of the vampire's existence. To ignore it is to tempt the beast to take over in its desire to feed. Yeah. In 5th edition, you've got to narrate and roleplay that beast aspect. So if you fail your roles, you have to act out the parts. You've got to act out your character struggling with this. And basically, the more bestial you feel, the more you're pretty much gonna just jump any random person and feed from them. And it could get a little messy. Like, really messy. Yeah, it doesn't went background, but I've turned it down so it can't be heard. Luckily. And I got the microphone facing away from it, so it will have a run. To overindulge in feeding may threaten the masquerade by staining what humanity you have left. The staining is something that does happen. If you lose all humanity, then you basically just become a snarling beast and you lose all control of your character. In countries in New York, having high hunger is indicated by the progressively thicker blood frame around the screen, like the one you see now. As your hunger grows, so does this indicator. Hunger may increase when you call upon your vampiric powers or when you need to mend your wounds after a fight. Yes. When your hunger reaches the maximum level, you will receive a warning if you complete a piece of the story. Ignore it at your own peril. Some choices might only become visible if your hunger is high enough. Similarly, high hunger may block off some choices, as you will be able to see after pressing continue. To decrease your hunger, you will need to feed. Whenever you see a feeding opportunity, you can take the risk to hunt and slake your hunger. You will need to keep your hunger at bay if you are to uphold the masquerade and survive the nights that await you. Daylight. The moon. You open your eyes. The bed isn't warm. The room is filled with artificial light at the ceiling. The solid metal door is closed. Normally you stretch a bit on some mornings you probably throw the coat over yourself and snooze a moment longer. But that was before. Now we don't have a quilt anymore. The way you woke up, you are fully conscious. No grogginess. Nothing weigh you down, just a nagging need in the back of your head. That sounds like waking up in general, to be honest. Hunger. Not as severe as the last time, but unmistakably there. You get up and open the door to the main room. A digital clock on the TV shows the time. 9:04 p.m. You walk over to the blinds and retract them cautiously. The only light coming in is New York City's artificial nighttime luminescence. So that's what your waking hours are going to look like now. You missed the sunlight already. Watch an online video of the sunrise. You seriously consider just walking out of the apartment, figuring all this out yourself. Then you come back to the memory of Coteries' exotic sword being raised in the gallery. Maybe sticking around isn't that bad an idea after all. You keep jumping channels for around half an hour and then switching to streaming services. Almost if the universe had a sense of irony, you catch True Blood in the flood of recommendations. That's something. The doorbell rings. It's Sophie. Good evening, Amanda. Slept well? Can't say like a dead man because, like a dead woman, maybe. Because we are women in this. Should we click like a baby, like a dead woman? It's not exactly sleep, right? Which one? Which one do you want to pick? I will be trying to remember how this is done as well. For later. Like a dead woman. Curious wording, but not that far from the truth, I suppose. No use dwelling on it. I think you will agree with time. You made the right choice yesterday. I can teach you many things about yourself. Your blood. It desires in its power. We will begin tonight. You are hungry, yes? I'm sure you are. Our kind always is. There's only one remedy. The blood. The drinks we had yesterday at Elysium are not the usual way you slake your thirst. So tonight, I will assist you in your first foray into hunting. You need to learn the sense of kind of blood you desire, to understand how you can use the king's vulnerabilities to your advantage. Believe it or not, you can actually get a high in this. Because different blood resonance are based from different emotions. So you could So, in theory, I'm not too sure, in theory, you could potentially feel a great sense of overwhelming joy if you freed from someone who is incredibly happy at that time of being. Potentially. It does run the cost of other things, but. Which one? I'm ready to learn. Number 3, please. Predator and prey, huh? Great. Which one? Are we ready to learn the ways of the hunting? I've been trying to get my back. Got itchy then. There we go. But yes, so which one would you like to have? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Because I am curious in which one. Number 1. Already then? Oh, I am getting people liking things that... Well, I'm ready to learn. Let's get started. Such eagerness. Or is it just your hunger making you impatient? Could be any. You will find that drinking moderate amounts of it regularly will keep the hunger and the whispers of the beast away. You might think yourself monstrous, but there is a balance to be found here. Alright. Oh, mate, yeah. You're a bit itchy then. Okay. There we go. I think next... Oh, no. I don't know. I'll wait till after the stream to say it. The kiss gives a king pleasure. You might remember this from your own embrace. You were drugged. I'm not too sure we can remember that. But, some can even become addicted to the sensation. But if you do it right, they tend to misremember your feeding. Aha. After all, vampires do not exist. They are myths, fairy tales, and pop culture mainstays, correct? She gives you a sly, knowing smile. This is why the masquerade is so important and even more crucial when you feed. Alright. How do you avoid being seen? How do you cover your tracks? How do you select a victim? I think maybe, and you can disagree with this, I'd probably say number 3 because we are Adventure, and we have to really pick which people we're gonna go after. So is that... I thought so. How do I select who to feed from? Are they better or worse? Targets. Okay, I'm gonna have to admit, she looks nice. Isolated kin are easier prey, of course, but much depends on context. Hunting requires a different approach in a busy club than it does an empty street. With time, you will have the luxury of finding your preference in hunting methods and prey. For now, I suggest experimenting in moderation. Feeding from the same repeatedly can be dangerous, but by branching out, you risk the ire of a kindred of whose domain you trespass. Luckily for you, NYC is more forgiving in this regard. New York is in somewhat of a unique position. Many of its neighborhoods are contested or unclaimed. The reason for this is a lesson for another time, but keep the following in mind. Take opportunities to feed when they present themselves these upcoming nights. As long as you hunt cautiously and respect the masquerade at all times, you should be fine. To wit, I want you to join me for a trip tonight. Come downstairs. Gregory is waiting for us. Gregory. Oh, that's her driver, I believe. The busy street fills the air with traffic noises, pedestrian chatter, and a mix of smells that irritate you momentarily. These warm bodies contain what you want, what you need. You catch yourself. Did you really just think of these people as a mere source of blood? It takes a nudge from Silver to break your train of thought. Our driver opens the door for her and tips his hat to you, gesturing to the back of the car. Oh, the car casually joins somewhat thin New York traffic. It's still busy in a way only one of the biggest cities in the world can be, but compared to the daytime commute, it's a pleasant drive. You barely have time to gather your thoughts and formulate new questions before the car comes to a stop. Yep, you're among the tall skyscrapers that make up Manhattan's iconic skyline. Come, Amanda. Park the car, Gregory, will you? The driver just nods, and Sophie gets out. You join her, and the two of you walk through the glass doors together and take the elevator up. Some nice artwork there. You first notice an empty stage with the instrument of a string quartet still in the back, and taking a few dozen chairs in front of it. The concert scene concluded. The patrons, all smartly dressed and posh, have spread out all over the hall. Sophie strides confidently inside, producing an invitation from her purse that she's flashing in front of the security. You follow close, and are let through without issue. Let's start easy. A social setting like this one would usually prove quite challenging to an inexperienced kindred, but this evening is a small gift from your patron. Ooh. I'm hoping to procure for you a willing vessel. Just remember when I told you about taking small sips. This one I have a soft spot for. Don't damage her. Now let's see. Ah, there he is. Wait. Sophie is beautiful. Just looking at her is a privilege. Just being with her makes you feel elated. Everybody in the crowd, but especially the man who's almost tripping over himself to reach her, clearly agrees. Edgar, I'm so happy to see you. How is your daughter? Is she with you? Oh, there she is. Julie, my girl, come over, please. There is someone I'd like you to meet. The young woman will walk across the hall, can't be more than 19 years old. It's clear from her mismatched earrings and partially faded purple hair that she don't fit in this crowd. Julie, this is Amanda. I think the two of you should get acquainted while I take a topic of your dad. Awfully boring stuff, I assure you. I'm positive you'll like it. The girl gives you a shy smile and nods towards the balcony stairs. You follow, somewhat unsure what is exactly Sophie expected to do. You reach the secluded spot from which the entire lobby is visible. All eyes on Sophie. They listen intently. They laugh when she does. Julie sees the trouble figuring out the next step. If you're Sophie, then I guess you're, that's you. You know. She puts her wrist to her lips and gives herself a theatrical nip, then looks at you, embarrassed, but also hopeful. Okay, I'm kind of torn between with 3, but I think it might be more 1, but I shall let you pick. I'll let you pick which one would you like, number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, I get that back. I didn't miss that bit. That's completely. So which one would you like to go with, number 1, number 2, number 3? So which one would you like to do, number 1, number 2, number 3? I could roll for it, but I'm letting you pick, so this. Alright, there we go. Hmm. Ah, my thumb. Okay. I probably might pick. I'm just thinking which one. Ah, number 3. I like. Wait, you're into that sort of stuff? Wait, are you into that sort of stuff? Alright. Oh, click one button then. Alright. There we go. Looking down to the floor. Nods. Could you, if you'd like to, Miss Langley tells me she swallows hard, avoids your eyes. That I taste not. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what to make of this one. Alright, come here then. Let's have a nibble. You take her forearm into your hands. A quick look around confirms nobody watching, and no security cameras cover this area. You bite down gently. It's surreal. She's just given you her blood on her own violation. How is this possible? About the masquerade, you need to ask Sophie. You tear away from her. A brief convulsion shakes you. Her smell. It's her smell. It's not right. The temporary feeling of bliss that felt out when you bite her is gone in an instant. She's disappointed. Annoyed even. She looks at you, unsure of what's the matter. She wants to have more. The very thought makes you want to throw up all the blood you've tasted. You shake her head. The girl sniffs. Starting to cry. She wants to feed from her more. Wraps her face into her jacket sleeves and walks down the stairs into the hall. The crowd around her disperses, slowly looking at her now, only some residual awe hangs in the air. Yes, she's pretty, maybe even beautiful, sure, but not your type. What came over you before? You walk over to her. Edgar dear, it was splendid talking to you, but we need to get going. Give Julie my best wishes. Come with Amanda. Gregory waits for you outside, waits you out front. It's only the car that Sophie dresses you. So, how did it go? Okay, we can either do number 1, number 2, number 3, or number 4. Number 1's a lie, says she was tasty. Second is, how did what go? Third, you people were sick. Or 4, I tried, but... Which one? Oh, number 1. Okay. She was tasty. Yes, good. I'm good. Thanks for arranging this. It's obvious she can tell you're lying. Alright. Her eyes remain trained on you for some time. Her voice is pure eyes when she answers. I own no crowd here, so you won't hear me posturing about what I will do if you lie to me. That doesn't mean I take it lightly. I'm assuming it was guilt or some other ridiculous notion that made you think Judy was forced to offer you her blood. Believe it or not, she does it willingly. She enjoys it. Oh. We've just seen our first kink in the game. Okay. Oh well. If at first you do succeed, perhaps you need to change of pace. Time for the next stop. Training wheels off. This time, Gregory. Flushing Meadows, please. Would you rather take the car over to Williamsburg Bridge? You settle your thoughts. Okay. Number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 1 is what did you do to people back there? Number 2 is what's that about training wheels? And number 3, why Flushing Meadows? So which one? Oh, number 1 again. Okay. Those people back at the hall, They were all entranced. Even I was in your spell. What was that? She smiles with satisfaction. That old trick? Just the blood doing my bidding. We all have our talents. Some of them come from the legacy we inherit from our sire. Others can be learned from experience. I can sway people and make them fear me. I see more of the world in greater detail than some kindred. I can will my body to move with power, precision, and grace, and more. All these skills make me who I am. They also help me hunt. Right. Now, number 1, what are my powers? Number 2, how do I use my powers? And number 3, do I need my powers to hunt? Which one would you like to do? Ooh, number 2, okay. How exactly do I use these talents? You will the blood to do your bidding. Many times you'll find you do these things intuitionally. Oh, almost passively, but making the entire room focus attention on you, that is tempting the beast. Always keep the masquerade in mind, however. It's all fine if you can disappear in plain sight command animals with your mind, but save those overt tricks for the right place and time. It only takes you half an hour to reach the park at this time of night, but if you and Sophie leave the car with Gregory left behind again to find a parking spot and keep an eye on the car. Sophie seems deep in thought. She takes in the surroundings with a dreamy gaze. The sky is supposedly clear tonight, the stars just barely visible in the night-polluted aura of the city. I feel like having a snack myself. I'll be by the fountain. Go, look for someone to your liking. See what effects you can achieve with your blood, but only pick one victim. Just one. Then come back. Seeing how she seems not altogether here right now, you decide to leave Sophie to her own devices and seek out your prey. From here, it looks like you have a few choices. Just take a stroll around the park and find a nice little jogger or someone like them could work. But focusing on one area might be better. The New York State Pavilion might work as a clever spot. There's a skate park whereby, worst case scenario, there's bound to be some unfortunate wino around. Or maybe the tennis courts nearby. There's light coming from there, so someone might still be playing the late night match. They won't be alone, but they might be tired and let their guard down. As these scenarios play out in your mind, you realise you're playing out to a sort of stranger in the middle of the night. It's a weird way to be, but the now familiar hunger prompts you to act. Okay. Which one should we do? Shall we search for a victim around the park? Hunt near the decrepit pavilion? Look for prey at the tennis courts? Or just take a walk? Which one would you like to do? Keep an eye on the chat. Because I know I'm gonna start getting muddled with the answers. So you get a choice. Get to walk, to search for a victim nearby in the park, hunt near the decrepit pavilion, look for a pair of tennis courts, or just take a walk. But which one would you say we should do? Oh. Alrighty then. The pavilion it is. You make your way to one of the park's most well-known landmarks, the round skeleton of the New York State Pavilion, with its just two very futuristic-looking towers. You do get lucky with the skate park. It's not deserted. Instead, a group of skaters are gathered there, talking loudly to the music playing out and the crackling smartphone speakers. As I have a quick look around, you identify a potential victim, a sleeping bag lady. Leaned back on a bench, a shopping cart full of what looks like trash nearby. Even thinking of that second option makes you feel sick. You decide to take your chances with the skaters, not even getting close to the homeless woman. Oh, it's gonna be interesting. Thinking back on what Sophie did in the hall, How she managed to focus the attention of the entire gathering on her. It might be a tall order for you, but a single person could be doable. Alright. Let's see if we can't do this. You single out a guy who is taking his phone away from the gathering. He has a heated discussion with somebody. A relative? A partner? It's not going well. This talk's over. I said, shut the fuck off. Hey, you hear me? Shut up. Call me when you get some fucking sense into your stupid brain, okay? He ends the call abruptly and almost throws the phone to the ground in frustration. Right. Which one should we do? We go to number 1, which is Rough Night. Number 2, Hey, sorry to interrupt. Or number 3, Hey man, I need some help. So we need to decide, are we gonna try and casually talk through this? Try and trick them? Or basically just try and lead them into an ambush by how you can probably guess the first line is gonna be like. So would you want to go with... have you already answered number 2? Or was that the one from previously? Just so I know. So is that the previous answer or is that the one for this question? It's just so I know. I need to figure this out because I don't know now. I've muddled myself up with this one. So, is it number 2 then we're gonna go with? Or was that for the previous one? It's just so I know, so I don't end up clicking the wrong choice, you see. Well, that's why. Wow. So, is it number 2 we're gonna pick? It's just so I fully know. So I don't end up clicking the wrong one. Well, wait. Number 1, okay. Just making sure that's not. Rough Night? Oh, I need to move. He's got an angry expression on his face, tears welling up in his eyes, but he gives you a curious look, even a bit of a shy smile. Yeah, you could say that. What's up? Oh boy, right, which one again? Ah. There we go. There we go, there we go. I have to still get the expansion still pre-ordered sometime. I haven't done that yet. Okay, number 2. I got something that will put a smile on your face. Hearing that from a random person in the middle of the night, you probably don't want to go near it. It's a few steps forwards away from his buddies who remain totally oblivious to what's happening. But you see your influence fading, take a chance and lunge. Your fangs sink into his exposed shoulder. He shivers and lets out a moan. His phone hits the pavement and you hear a loud case crack. Oh. His blood tastes like a clash of hot emotion and her melancholy. Laced with some artificial stimulant, but you can't quite place it. An energy drink, a recreational drug, it's a strange mix. You hardly have a chance to savor it. As the proximity of the While the skater's friends make you feel vulnerable, you hastily finish drinking, drag the guy over to the pavilion. When you turn around, you realize you're not alone. A hooded man is looking menacingly at you. What does lick mean? Lick. A derogatory term used to. Oh. And someone else, what do you think you're doing, barging in my turf like this, lick? Okay. We're gonna go with number 1. Lick. What kind of slur is that? Number 2. Didn't mean to trespass. And gone. On number 3. Piss off or else. You get a good pick. Number 3. Piss off, I'm not in the mood for a mugging. And you do not want to cross me right now. Mugging now, center mugging. This is one lick telling another to get the fuck out their turf. But first you're going to tell me who you're with. Save me the whole masquerade song and dance. I know what you are now. Top 4. My posse shows up and me beat it out of you. Which one should we click? Number 1, big talk coming from a chump. Number 2, I'm with the camera viewer. On number 3, I'm here with Sophie Langley. On number 3, I came here with Sophie Langley. She's my patron. Doesn't ring a bell. Sounds fancy though. He licks his lips, exposing his fangs, and looking at you ferociously. A nervous tick and attempt to intimidate you. I wonder, what would Callahan do to you if I brought you in and break your shins, leave you out kissed by the sun? Oh, concrete shoes maybe. He's old-fashioned. He's old school like that. Oh! Which one should we do? Number 1, attack him. Number 2, call for help. Or number 3, dominate. Because we are adventurers, so we do have dominance. Force him to back down. So, alright, we'll dominate him. Enough's enough, you are being intimidated by this asshole. Leave. Now. His countenance changes, a crude beast one moment, a humbled pup the next. He walks away just like that. How did you do it? Not wishing to tempt fate any further, you return to the Unisphere, looking back over your shoulder to make sure you're not being followed. 2 figures are physically nearby the sculpture, a man and a woman, tangled in that passionate embrace. I had a feeling it would be her. No, not that way. It's Sophie feeding, but this whole scene is so look like it's a couple getting intimate in public. She pulls it off like I've done it 100 times before. It occurs to you that she probably has. The man is unsure on his feet as she lets go of him and leads him towards a nearby bench. Noticing you, she whispers something into his ear and leaves him. Her driver appears from behind the tree. Oh, Amanda, how did it go? You're about to enter, and the same figure from before emerges from one of the alleyways. He looks at the 3 of you, and a paradise smile creeps on his lips. Oh, it's him again! You screwed, dumbfuck. You think you can mess with my head and get away with it? You think you'll be safe with your friends? Well, I have friends too. He makes a motion to shout, but the 2 things happen almost at the same time. First of all, a warmth from beauty emanates when Sophie flares up again, entrancing both you and the hooded thug. His shout comes out as a weak, confused squeak. Second, Gregory produces a wooden stake from the holster of his jacket and slams it into the thug's chest. Just like that, in a few seconds, the posturing vampire is down on the ground, paralyzed. Wow. I see you made a friend, Amanda. Curious choice of company, I would say. Who is he? Okay, but even though number 1, he knew I was a vampire. Number 2, he said this was his turf. On number 3, he mentioned the Callahan. Oh, mentioned a Callahan. Which should we do? Number 1, number 2, number 3. So which one shall we do? Number 1, number 2, number 3. I'll give it a check. Number 3. Okay. He said something about presenting me to someone named Callahan. Ever heard of him? She looked shocked for a split second, then triggers the accountant. Yes, I have the hoodlums and anarch, then. Curious. Corona Park has not been claimed by any kindred last I checked. Let's go to the car, we'll put him in the trunk and present him to Cordia tomorrow night. I'm sure we're glad to make this unbound acquaintance. Oh wow. Gregory carries a state vampire and dumps him in the car. Shrunk like a mannequin. It's a strange sight, and you're quite happy that you're not in that perfect shoes right now. It's almost surprising how you get away with just casually throwing a stiff in your car and driving away. But then you remember that So's been doing this far longer than you have. Still, the nagging thought that anything you did tonight could be recorded on a CCTV camera or picked up by a random with half-decent smartphone streamed online. Fills with dread. Continuing using the abilities is a dangerous business. It's clear that this whole being a vampire thing has about as many caveats as it has perks. Alright. There we go. You're taken out of your headspace by Sophie's voice. I will pick you up tomorrow night, same as tonight. I have some business to attend to at the Elise and expect you to accompany me. Ooh. Plus our friend needs to be properly introduced to Cardia and the Prince. I'm sure you'll have some interesting things to say to the court. Her voice is cold, cool, nothing like the enchanting personality showed at the gallery earlier tonight. Sophie is clearly a woman of many faces. Okay, get to do number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1 is what's going to happen to him. Number 2, good reasons, that guy's an asshole. Or number 3, I'd do the same thing in his place. Is it number 1, number 2, number 3? Oh, number 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I can imagine him going to enjoy meeting Cardia. I hope he gives him a good grilling. The guy's an asshole. Yes. He did try to jump us, so... Oh, Cardia will enjoy it too, I'm sure. She pauses, seemingly lost in thought for a while. You haven't told me how your hunting went. Getting the hang of it, I would hope. Number 1 or number 2? Number 1, it'll take some getting used to. And number 2, I think so, yeah. Number 2. I think I am, yeah. I'll cope. I'm glad. She doesn't question you further. She's distracted, not all there. Her thoughts drift and the car remains silent until you reach your apartment. We'll pick you up tomorrow evening. Good night. Just like that, without further courtesy, Sophie leaves, driven by her to her apartment by Gregory, the body in the trunk right in the middle of Manhattan. Do you cross past situations like this in the past, unknowingly? What other secrets did you pass on the streets without knowing their true nature? Your haven is just you left it hours ago. Although the sun wouldn't come up some time, you feel tired, learn something about yourself today, and it'll take time to process. Okay. You're not in the mood for television, and the few books on the shelves in the apartment are either in languages you don't speak or sound like a boring read. Nothing left to do but rest. You settle in the back room, lock the door, no hesitation, then as you said, this time you turn the light off. You think back to Julie. How many people in this city know about this vampire society? How many are willing accomplices to sustain it? And the thug you met in the park, if he's not a Camarilla, then what is he? Are they independent vampires? How does that work? More questions. I'm going to wonder if there's ever going to be a night where you can start crossing them off your list instead of adding to it. You close your eyes. You're sinking to a familiar void of nothingness. It greets you with open arms like an old friend. Alright. Now, there we go. So, now we get a choice. We can either end stream on this bit, on the vest, and then pick up the stream, then pick up where we were next time. Because I'll probably do this stream again Friday as well. Or we could do some more now. The entire way. Really up to you if you want to see more of this at the moment. Alright, and then we'll do one more night of this. There we go. For rest, and you open your eyes. That noise, that bit of music sounds almost Cthulhu-y. A little bit. A bit of like cosmic sort of like vibe to it. You open your eyes, it's pitch dark here, the blackness of a coffin drifting into the abyss. Oh right, the light. You grasp for the switch, flip it. The familiar cramped room, the steel door nobleness comes into view. You emerge from the bedroom fully awake, just like yesterday. This time, however... Wait, when did she get here? Sophie waiting for you, comfortably seated on the sofa in your living room space, a book in her hand, the melancholy of resistance, the title sure on brand. Good evening, Amanda. Okay, get to number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1 is good evening, Sophie. Number 2 is how did you get inside? And number 3, sorry to have kept you waiting. Oh. I needed that drink. Alright. Good evening, Sophie. I hope you rested well. Tonight will be quite eventful, I think. Come, we have an appointment. I've received word Elysium would be called again tonight on account of your unruly friend from Corona Park. There should be an opportunity for you to mingle. We get to meet other vampires again. She keeps talking to you as we walk downstairs again to curb. Gregory gives you a slight nod and smile. A small smile was opening the car for Sophie. He starts the car when you take your seat in the back. Most of the family council is bound to be there, at least those who usually attend. Probably some other wrong personalities you do at least learn about. Should we do number 1, who should I talk to? Number 2, how should I carry myself inside? And number 3, more politics. Great. So which one do you like me to do? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, number 1, okay. Anyone I should talk to when we arrive? Not especially. My advice would be to try and talk to the prince, and perhaps reassure her of your gratefulness for being spared. Maybe speak to Cardia on the same topic if you get hold of him. The Primogen I would advise against. They are rather stuck up, all told. Even if they were to talk to you, they might try to cure you for some nefarious sweet purpose. I wouldn't appreciate that. I wouldn't be sure that you. Of course, be respectful if anyone approaches you and strike conversation. You will no doubt be gossiped about, as will I. Cool heads and enjoy provoking flexions into stupid acts. At any rate, you should behave yourself tonight. Remember what I told you about reflecting on me as your patron. I have a reputation to hold in the court. Do not tarnish it. There it is. She might have saved you. She might be protecting and teaching you. It's clear what she's very concerned about. Her own interests. You step into the art hole with something of a bad memory. Last time you were in here, your entire world turned upside down. Your existence nearly ended. But tonight there's very little outward hostility. Yes, Cardia gives you a look that defines intent to remind you of your place. But the prince, almost in attendance, seems pleased to see you. Welcome, Sophie. Amanda. Did I get that right? Good evening, both of you. I understand there is someone else you wish to present to the court tonight. Yes, Prince. They will be joining us shortly. My assistant is retrieving them presently. This better be worth the prince's time, Rangi. The prince gives Claudia a cold glare. Forgive the sheriff's harshness. He is particularly foul-mouthed tonight. Something to do with Amanda's... Oh, elude his grasp, I believe. Ouch, that must hurt his ego, even if he only replies in a crooked smile. The mention of your sire makes you grit your teeth in anger, asshole. Settling you with a curse that cut off your career, cheated you out of your missions, offering little return so far. You remind yourself that defeatism will get you nowhere. Mindfulness, the here and now, is an opportunity. You will make the most of it, if only despite everyone who doubts your true worth. The flaring of whispers in the gallery hall breaks you out of your thoughts. Gregory enters the room. The junk-clad inner vampire stoves over his shoulder. The show is about to start. Sophie's right places his charge in the middle of the room and nods to Claudia. The sheriff approaches the vampire and removes the stake from his chest. The captive's eyes flicker alive and he starts looking around in disbelief like a cornered animal. He backs out on all fours, going in circles as he realizes he's trapped. Claudia steps on the man's chest and pins him to the floor. Why, who do we have here? Oh fuck, oh shit, no, come on, don't. Oh. Silence. The sheriff takes on all utter dread. He appears as if he's a primal force of nature that's out to get you, and there's something absolutely nothing you can do but shiver in terror. The beast inside you shrieks, and you swear it happens in unison with the instincts of some of the other guests here tonight. Unlike anything you've experienced in this company during your turbulent first night of Vampire, he really did go easy on you, all things considered. I know for a fact that when it comes to us doing Vampire the Masquerade, we're gonna have to make an NPC like him. It seems all these places have their own variant of a sheriff-like character that keeps control of the area by the look of it. So this will be interesting. No, we're not going to because Bloodlines had that giant of a vampire. Coteries has Carrier. But then again, all the sheriffs do seem to have something in common. They're quite big in stature. They're quite big in either in stature or in presence. And stuff like that. But don't worry, we're not gonna copy him. This is why I said we. It seems like a lot of the hoodlum's willpower to not crawl into a fetal position and start crying. Oh, please, don't hurt me, man. Don't. You and me are gonna have a little talk downstairs at the prince's discretion. Please go ahead, my sheriff. You heard the prince. Get up. Let's go. He doesn't wait for confirmation, grabs the man and drags him, kicking and screaming out the room. Conversations start all around you. Some whispers, some quiet overt. Sophie would somewhat above the whole affair, her eyes wandering from art piece to art piece, clearly finding nothing to her particular liking. Okay, number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1, torturing an art gallery. Number 2, will Cartier manage on his own? On number 3, what happens now? I'm actually wondering what's going on. Number 2. Okay. That guy's shifting this, but there might be more to him meets the eye. Will Cartier manage on his own? Whoa, what a ridiculous notion. Of course he will. What is one corner's rat for an old, experienced predator? Excuse me. If it leaves your side and goes to the corner of the gallery where a group of kindred, some seem pretty old-fashioned, gathered. Consider as you a drink, still warm. It smells nice. Oh. Just a sip to start you off, a splash over your power, coating your tongue and the inside of your cheek. Nourishment. You're left to your own device. Have a quick look around. The prince is currently talking to a dark-skinned woman that you recall seeing her a few nights back. She has a cold but nautical countenance to her. Their conversation seemed to be casual. A loud, shrill laugh turns attention to a bespectacled man who you saw yourself the other night of the judgment. He's making rounds, chattering up different patrons. You feel someone's eyes on you. A casually dressed, plain-looking man stands alone near the column, watching you. He turns his gaze away sheepishly when he realizes you've noticed. Which one should we do? Shall we talk to the prince? Chat up the man in glasses? Or confront the man who was looking at us and looked away? Which one should we do? Speak to the prince? Speak to the man in glasses? Or speak... Oh, I speak to the man in glasses. The man knows your attention, but takes a few minutes before he pauses and mingling for long enough to actually approach him. He looks at you quizzically. Thomas Sarturo. So is it number 1, pardon, number 2, who, or number 3, is that your name? Which one? Ask him pardon, ask him who, or ask him is that your name? So which one then? Number 1, number 2, number 3? Oh, is that your name? I'm assuming you'd like to know. I know you by name only, of course. Amanda, embraced a few nights back, huh? Well. How's undeaf treating you? Number 1, I'm coping. Number 2, I'm beginning to like it. Number 3, I'm miserable, to be honest. So which one? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, number 3! That was fast. No, wait, hang on. I want to make sure. I just asked now. That one was the previous one. So which one would you like? Number 1, number 2, number 3? Just so I don't click the wrong button. Oh, number 1, okay. It's taken some getting used to, for sure. Oh, it sure does. Good thing we have an eternity to make the best of it, right? He takes a moment to clean his glasses, completely ignoring you until he's done and puts them back on. I'm sorry I got a bit distracted, even though most of us don't need to wear these, right? I can see fine just without them, but it's a statement. Huh. The damn things keep catching specks of dust and other sort of shit. Never stay clean for long. Sometimes I think they're more trouble than they're worth, wouldn't you say? Right, number 1, if they're a pain, why wear them? Number 2, they look good on you. Number 3, you like it. Why when things are clean? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, number 1. Oh yeah. I see if it's pain to wear them, you don't need them. Why do it? Like I said, it's a statement. Inconvenience is no excuse to stop pursuing perfection. What else is there, really? Alright, that's a nice job. I have to catch up with you with fellas tonight. Talk to you later. Genie. Hey, Genie. He doesn't seem to give you a chance to say goodbye. He's already off, grabbing 2 glasses off the concierge tray and heading towards the mustache man nearby. You notice Sylvie mingling with other kindred, clearly her mental not discovered. Gary hasn't come back yet. He probably got time to chat to at least one more conversation. Right. Are we going to talk to the man who's looking at us, or talk to the prince? You get which one should we talk to? Number 1, the man who was looking at us but looked away, or number 2, the prince? I want to talk to the prince. You approach the prince, translates with the private conversation possible. She glances at you with your forward. Scrutinizes scares mimicked by her companion. She answers that skinned woman before turning to you. Excuse me, Samira. Yes, Amanda, what is it? Oh, Number 1, number 2, number 3. Number 1, I wanted to give you my thanks. Number 2, I want to ask about Sophie. Number 3, I want to ask about the Kamarua. I'm going to take a ball and stab in the dark. I'm going to guess you're going to say number 1. But which one should we click? Number 1, number 2. Oh, number 2. Oh, that's a surprise. I want to ask you about Sophie. She teaching me too much about this society's customs. Then must generally talk about herself. Out of all the kindred here tonight, you're asking me. For a moment, you're afraid you made a misstep. Struck by the prince's nerves, and she flashed her patriotic smile. Were you to ask the same question 20 years ago, I'd be happy to share my introduce detail about her. But tonight, I'm not in position about my subjects. It's unseemly. Oh. Give me all the time I can spare right now. We need some time to discuss with some others still. Enjoy your nights. Which one? Number 1? Same to you, Prince Panhard. Number 2, just bow and leave. Or number 3, leave without comment. Which one should we do? As we are, of course, eventual as well, so we've got to take that into note. Alright. You leave the 2 minutes conversation when I get back to them with immediate way. I was nearest to expressing tension. Cartier is back, and the hoodlum with him. The shy pushed the vampire into the room. Vampire threatened you last night. It's a mess. Wow. Oh, that sounds painful. That stupid hat is still inefficiently on his head, covering some of his ruined face. His welcoming shadow. He's barely conscious. His chin is broken. You think something protruding there, making the pant leg bold. One arm seems twisted at a strange angle. Very little blood surprisingly, but clearly a whole lot of hurt. What could I do? I guess cooperate. Tell the prince your name. It's Howard. And who did you run with, Howard? The Midnighters. And Anna Coteries, my prince. Active for some time now, though. What this one told me, the name's about one legacy. About the only legacy the group has kept it going the years. I see. Hey, Prince, I didn't mean it, I didn't. Oh. Yeah, it turns out vampires are a lot stronger and a lot quicker moving than it shows. It's just they've all sort of like act more as human possible, so they don't, fall into the beast like thing. This one is guilty of threatening a member of the Coteries and claiming donors without the prince's approval. That alone be enough to pass with judgment. But he's also an anarch scum. My prince, there can be only one verdict. Final death. Do your duty, sheriff. Unless of course someone like... Oh, someone would like to play being a good Samaritan like our dear... Oh. Wow. Oh god, no one's saying anything. The man knows how jumps to his feet and makes for the window. Should number 1, stop Howard from escaping? Number 2, do not intervene? Or shall we do number 3? Show our dominance and order him to stop. Because that might impress them to show that we're getting the handle of our powers. So number 1, we should stop Howard from escaping. I thought so. The moment you catch Howard's eyes, order him to come to you almost instinctively. Stop. He stops and looks at you with one eye, the other swollen closed by Cartier's interrogation. A swift slash separates his head from his shoulders. The body slumps on the ground and starts decomposing in front of your eyes. The sheriff's sword in hand gives you a nasty smile from behind where Howard used to stand. Ooh. Oh my god, even if it is laudable, if unnecessary. That Howard fellow couldn't have hoped to escape his fate, not facing Coteries' expertise. However, I've made a note of the show's loyalty on both yours and your patron's account. Hey, I'd like to thank Miss Langley for bringing this anarch thug to my Coteries' attention. I assume all have found the verdict satisfactory. Oh, there's a heretical question, and I know that he knows it. And I consider tonight's meeting concluded. Good night, all of you. She steps out of the room for a moment. You see that many of the guests move do the same. Suddenly becomes in with someone, a serious-looking man in a trench coat, about what transpired. You probably have time to strike a conversation of your own to... Oh, Coteries, Asma is still here, for one, but clearly getting ready to leave. Arturo is still here chatting with the main attendants for a moment. You think the man was looking at you earlier left, but he's still here, keeping himself in a slipped corner. Who should we speak to? Speak to Thomas Arturo again? Talk to the man who watched us from earlier? Or should we talk to Cardia before he leaves? It's number 1, Thomas, number 2, the man who watched us, and number 3, Cardia. Which one should we talk to? We have one last conversation we can do before we leave, I think. I thought so. The sheriff's movie seems to have improved each time. We'll get a better shot to say your piece. Just okay, so this achievement. So he notices you just before his face turns a melancholy frown back to his regular predatory smirk. You seem to have caught him in a mood of reflection. What is it, Amanda? Alright. Shall we go with number 1? I want to thank you for bringing me here. Number 2, is everything alright? Or number 3, impressive work tonight. So you get to pick. Wow, these dice actually look kind of good. Oh, I missed a bit. So let me know which one. Number 3. Which way? Oh, I didn't see that bit there. That's a tiny little web, a little tiny little bit. Number 3. I just wanted to say I thought your work tonight was impressive. It was over in a blink of an eye. The smirk widened, he's clearly happy with himself. I found my handiwork interesting. You were this close to experiencing it firsthand. I would have thought you'd get some nasty flashbacks. Still, I have to admit, I was part of the prince when you jumped at the opportunity to stop the ants from escaping. I was sure Valerie would have beaten you to it. If nothing else, I'll be taking my leave. Which one? Number 1, why are you so mean? Number 2, the enjoyment of the sheriff? Or number 3, can you tell me something about Sophie? So which one should we go for? Number 1, number 2, number 3. Oh, number 3, alright. I was wondering if you could tell me something about Sophie. She talks a lot about the camera and everything, but I barely know anything about her. Oh, I can tell you something about Sophie. Some things she wouldn't want you to hear, like the fact she's manipulative and vindictive, but then again, which of us kindred aren't? You want to know more about Sophie's past? Ask about her. She'll unlikely tell you the truth, though I'm quite sure she never told me, despite our previous history. That's what we do, veterans. This for centuries when we lie to our families, our friends, our lovers, to our kindred. Sires and childers are childer to ourselves. What's this? Child of vampire created through the embrace. Ah. Okay. He picks up the sword and turns towards the stairs. Good night. And watch yourself, you've messed up my batting average. I was sure to keep a close eye on you. With that final threat, he leaves the gallery. It's not about when Sophie ends the conversation and walks over to you. Interesting even, wasn't it? Come, Gregory's waiting downstairs. She seems preoccupied with something and not in a talkative mood. It's an awkward ride back to the city. I do say, this time you arrive at a building just 2 streets across from your apartment. She brings you upstairs to a very nice lobby and a luxury-looking hall into her domain. Please have a seat. I'll be right with you. Oh no. Not my killed away. You're taking this around. It seems like a gallery, an old-school smoking room that you've seen in some period piece once. A nouveau riches living room, meticulously combined together. Apologies all habits die hard. Clearly some stick with you even after your death. She drinks on a cigarette and breathes out. How is it she's doing that? Can you do that? Oh yes, you might not know it takes practice, but you can keep smoking if you like. Other things too. Experiment. You might surprise yourself. I did not bring you the stairs to show off. This is where I rest these nights. The doors in the back, the bedroom similar to yours. I have servants and bodyguards in addition, of course. I brought you here because I knew you to trust me. When I told you before that I need your best behaved to upon me. Good standing within the court, I meant it, but that's not the whole story. I have your interest in mind too. That's why I've given you your own haven. Why I'm trying to teach you how to navigate this new reality. But you need to trust me or else this won't work. You can come here whenever you feel like asking me something. You're in trouble too, though I hope that won't happen. Alright. I would ask you to come here when you wake up tomorrow. I have something to discuss with you. Alright. Number 1, I'll be here. Number 2, trust needs to be earned. Number 3, why not discuss it right now? Bearing in mind she's our sire, so we're gonna have to behave ourselves. Which one should we do? Number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 2, alright. Ow! Oh, you know what they say about trust, Sophie? It needs to be earned. Saving you from a cruel state wasn't enough. I see. The sounds again is definitely something on Sophie's mind tonight, but shouldn't take you with you just yet. I'm leaving for another visit. Come downstairs with me. We'll get you a lift. Ooh. A quick trip. I promise that you'll show up tomorrow. And some polite goodbyes later. You open the door to your haven and gather your thoughts. It's exciting, in a way, being dragged deeper and deeper into this secret society and its rules. Whatever Sophie's planned for you, it's bound to teach you more about this thing than you have. And you have become. You sink into your vampiric sleep with just a sliver of hope. It's a welcoming change. Alrighty then. We've done 2 nights. This is gonna be. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start the next night and then we're gonna probably end it then. Just I don't know why, but I'm getting a lot of ribcage pains. I don't know why. It might be because I'm resting in odd angles in the chairs of that, but yeah. But we've done 2 nights now in a row now, so this is pretty good. We've done our first hunt. We've ended up stopping another vampire attacking us. We've got to meet some big names potentially in the city at the gallery. We got to help with stopping a vampire from running away and he got beheaded. We got to speak to Sophie again. We got to know a bit more about what happened. And next time is going to be very informational, maybe. Hopefully. So there we go. This is literally what we've done to now. So yes. I've realised as well I'm gonna have to build your characters, your Vampire Masquerade characters, haven. Probably knowing it, if it's gonna be based in the real life city, it's probably gonna be an apartment knowing it. Or something like that. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know at the moment. It's gonna take a bit of time to think and to discuss as well sometime. But yes, folks, so that's gonna be it for now. We've done 2 nights. Quite a bit's happened. Quite a bit has happened. It's gonna be fun doing the next part, and I think I've decided I'm gonna be doing this game again on Friday night. Yes. Now I'm picking the night times, especially for this game, because it has more of a good vibe about it. Playing this kind of game in the nights feels a bit more right, brutally honest. Yeah. Okay, so from me, that much, thank you very much for watching this stream. Do please catch me in the next stream on Friday, where it's going to be another Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. I do need to sometime actually sit down sometime and figure which games I'm going to be focusing on streaming sometime. As the Sengoku Dynasty one is more of a anti-burnout game I go on if I feel like I'm a bit burned out. On other games, I'd go on that one just to take my mind off it. It's a lot more calming, less to think about. At the stage I'm at, anyways. So, okay. So, for me, that matters. Thank you very much for watching this stream. We'll be doing the stream Friday, and we will be venturing to see what Sophie Langley, our sire, is needing. Alright. Catch me then, folks.